Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge, rewiring your emotional intelligence. We're going to break down the practical science behind what might just be the single most important skill you're not actively developing. Okay, so let's jump right in with one single number that puts this whole thing into perspective, 85%. Now, what on earth could that be about? Well, that number, it's the key to the 85% success secret. And it turns out professional success isn't really about what you know, it's about something else entirely. So get this. This staggering statistic comes from the Carnegie Institute of Technology. It suggests that a whopping 85% of our success is tied to what they call human engineering skills, which is really just a fancy way of saying how well we deal with other people. Okay, so what is emotional intelligence, or EI? Let's be clear, this isn't about being soft or just, nice. It's about being effective. It's about having the ability to really understand and manage the emotions happening inside of you and inside of everyone you interact with. So, where do we even begin with this? Well, our next section shows us that any ability to influence the outside world has to start with mastering our own inner world first. The model we're looking at here breaks this down into a 5-stage rewiring process. We're going to really zero in on the core idea behind that very first step, own it, which means truly, deeply understanding what's going on inside your own head. You see, to really own it, you have to understand the power dynamic happening inside your mind. And this number is everything. And here's the deal. Your subconscious mind, where all your emotions and deep-seated beliefs live, it is up to 30,000 times more powerful than your conscious logical mind. It's the one really driving the bus, making decisions long before you're even aware of it. And this is such a perfect way to think about it. A tiny chihuahua with absolute, unshakable conviction can actually make a much bigger German Shepherd back down. Why? Because its inner belief completely overrides the on-paper reality. Mindset trumps that. So, how do you actually build that kind of unstoppable mindset? Well, this process here, it's like a toolkit for taking apart that self-doubt. It helps you turn a big, vague fear into a manageable problem by finding its true source. Kind of like a client who realized her fear of diving had nothing to do with water and everything to do with being judged at work. And this is what's going on under the hood when you just react. You know that feeling? It's called an emotional hijack. It's when your primal emotional brain, your amygdala, fires off a response before your logical brain, the neocortex, even has a chance to catch up. Okay, so once we get a handle on our own internal world, our own triggers, then we can start influencing the outer world. And this is all about empathy, language, and real connection. And the number one skill here is empathy. But wait, it's not the same as sympathy. Sympathy is feeling sorry for someone. It's saying, I feel bad for you. Empathy is about getting out of your own head to truly understand their feeling. It's saying, I understand how you feel. It's a huge difference. The words we use have so much hidden power, often in ways we don't even notice. Words like sorry, just, or try can totally diminish our message and our influence without us even realizing we're doing it. And that influence, it goes way, way further than just your words. Let's look at another number, 20%. What's this all about? It turns out emotions are literally, scientifically, contagious. Being around a happy person can actually boost your own happiness by up to 20%. That's wild, right? Your mood has a measurable ripple effect on the people around you. This is a fantastic little story that drives the point home. It's not about being right. It's about being effective. The author knew it was quiche, but her son saw a bacon and egg pie. To get the outcome she wanted, for him to eat it, she had to meet him where he was and frame it in a way he could accept. And you can apply this exact same thinking at work, especially with meetings. Before you hit accept on that next invite, just ask these simple questions. What's the real outcome we're looking for? And what's the emotional need? Is it connection, a decision, or could this have just been an email? All right, this all leads us to our final section. We've talked about understanding ourselves, we've talked about influencing others. Now it's about putting it all together to drive your true potential through real, sustained motivation. Okay, I'm sure we've all had SMART goals drilled into our heads, right? Specific, measurable, all that stuff. Well, what if I told you that's not enough? To really work, you need smarter goals. The game changer is adding 2 more letters. E for emotion. What's the feeling you're actually chasing with this goal? And R for reward. How are you going to celebrate the small wins along the way? This connects the goal to your motivation on a much, much deeper level. And when it comes to leading others, there is a huge difference between delegation and real empowerment. Delegation is giving someone a task. Empowerment is giving them ownership of the entire outcome. You're trusting them with the why, not just the what. I want you to really let this next number sink in. It takes, on average, over 23 minutes to fully get your focus back after just one little interruption. Think about what that does to your day. It's a massive hidden cost, and it shows why we have to protect our focus. So as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this one big question to chew on. Look past the promotions, the money, the to-do lists, and ask yourself, what emotional outcome are you really chasing? Because understanding that, well, that's the true key to unlocking your emotional intelligence.